Alright guys, welcome back. In today's video, we are going to learn async and await in JavaScript. This topic is very important, especially if you are working with fetch APIs on its own, servers, real web applications. Now, I won't lie to you, async and await confuses a lot of beginners, but don't worry, in this video, I'll explain it slowly from scratch, with many examples until it makes sense. Why async or await exist? Before async and await, we use .then and .catch. That works, but when code becomes long, it becomes hard to read. Async and await was introduced to make asynchronous code look clean, simple, and easy to read like normal code. So right now, we're going to just write the console.log. Alright, so this part, we are not using any async yet. So we just write the console.log and write a string of start. Alright, next we write what? Another console.log again. So this is just going to be the middle string, and we're going to write another one for now, just last one for now, which is going to be a string of end. All right, so one thing I want you to note is that this code runs line by line from top to the bottom. JavaScript finishes one line before moving to the next. So we are checking our console right now. We'll refresh the page, and this is the console. You can see start, middle, end. So it's running from the top down to the bottom. Alright, so we're going to write some asynchronous code right now. So we are going to write the console.log, just start, this string of start, and now we will write the set time out here. So yeah, we'll continue. We didn't write the arrow function. Let's do that. We'll come back here, we'll write the arrow function now, and we'll write the console.log now. So we're just going to be logging something really simple, a string that says inside time out, and we're going to be giving it a time of 2000, and this 2000 means 2 seconds. So after this, we are going to write the console.log and write end. Beautiful. So we are going to come to the console now, and you can see the end, the inside timeout waited for 2 seconds before it came up. So here's the problem. Even though set timeout is in the middle, JavaScript does not wait. It jumps to the next line immediately. As you can see, that is what asynchronous behavior. Alright, so we're just going to do some promises review real quick. A promise just represents a value that will be available later. It can be pending, fulfilled, or rejected. So this is it now. We're now going to use the parameter of resolve now to pass in just a string that we want to show in our console. But this is a promise right now. Alright, so it's pending for now, not yet fulfilled. So we just wrote this string of promise resolve. So we are going to call this promise right now and pass the raw data to our console. Okay, so my promise dot then, and the result arrow function, and we're now going to console.log the result. Okay, so let's log this so we can just check the browser for the result already. Okay, so now let's go to Chrome and our console, so you can see it's showing here already. So back to our code now. So I'm going to be doing a brief introduction to async functions. Alright, so any function with the async keyword automatically returns a promise. So this is just like our normal function that we are writing, just the difference is this is async, and this returns a promise. Okay, you can see we ask this to return hello world, but we've not called the function yet. Alright, so this is what we just did now, and we are using the then to return anything we need here. So an arrow function to console.log the value. Alright, so so the value should be our hello world. So we check our console right now, and you can see hello world here. Beautiful. So let's just clear this part and look at how the await keyword also works. Okay, so so we're going to just create a function, name it await, return a promise as well. Okay, so this is just basically what we're just going to be doing, but I'm just going to be showing you one way that this await works. All right, so we are returning this promise, and we write the set timeout Okay, so resolve, we'll run this resolve here and ask it to write maybe done waiting here, and we could return a time frame, right? So 2 seconds. Yeah. Okay, so this is it. And okay, we've not called it. I was thinking, yeah, let's go back to the code real quick. Yeah, so we'll be out of this place to call it. So yeah, wait. Okay, and we write the promise here and write everything we need in this part. Yeah, so we're console.logging. Yeah, we're console.logging the result. Yeah, so let's go back to the console real quick. So you see what he waited for two seconds and he did it. Okay, so yeah, waited for 2 seconds and he brought this out. Beautiful. So this is how it is, and yeah, we could use the async and await, right? So using them together makes it more clean. Okay, so the await pauses the function until the promise is resolved. It does not block the entire program, only the async function. Okay, so that's just what is happening here. So right now we're just going to be showing you how it works initially. All right, so we have called this function run now, and oh yeah, this is a mistake. Yeah, let's go directly to the main task, and I'll try to create some tasks and we'll see how this works perfectly. Okay, so we'll delete. Let's just delete this part. Let's delete it. Okay, so now we'll be creating some functions here. Task 1. All of these functions we'll be calling all of them later. Okay, so yeah, you can see all of them are just promises. Yeah. Okay, so this is task 1, and we're setting the timeout. Yeah, and the arrow function. Yeah, so yeah, we'll just be writing maybe the resolve that we wrote in the promise part, and write maybe task 1 done. Yeah, task 1 done, and we're just going to set the time that it should. Okay, so let's say 1 second is okay. So we're going to do something in a way that everything comes 1 second in later, you understand? So this 1 second, the other could be 2 seconds, and the third could be 3 seconds. That's if we're going to be creating up to that. But then let's just do something real quick. Let's just go with 2 tasks, right? So we do the same thing here, resolve, and we create the arrow function here, the set time out. Okay, so create an arrow function in this part. We call the resolve. Okay, call it bracket. Yeah, the resolve. And yeah, we are going to just say task 2 done. Task 2 done. I will give it some time. Let's say 1 second. No, let's increase it. Yeah, 2 seconds. Yeah, good, beautiful. So yeah, I think we could use our async function right now. So we'll use the async function and name the function run task. Yeah, we'll delete this parameter. We don't need any parameters for now. So yeah, we're just going to create a variable result 1. Okay, and use the await keyword here. Okay, for the task 1, I will call the function of task 1 here, and console.log the result 1. Okay, yeah, so we do the same thing for result 2. Okay, so in this result 2, we are going to call task 2. So each await waits for the previous one to finish. This makes async code look synchronous. All right, so after all of this, I think we should call the function there, right? So the function name is run task. Yeah, all in Pascal case, and yeah, so this is how it looks. Yeah, this is how it looks. So let's go to the console real quick. So let's refresh. So 1, then 2. Okay, you can see it's so beautiful. Yeah, so this is how it is. I really love this. This is very, very beautiful. Yeah, so we are going to be looking at how we could handle error. All right, so error handling with the try and catch. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking at. Okay, so the try catch replaces what the catch when using async or await. Alright, so this is just it. Nothing really tough. Let's just write. Let's just handle an error here. So yeah, this is everything on how to handle errors. Yeah, and we're going to work on a topic in depth on this alone. We're going to look at how the try, catch, throw, all of these error handlers. We're going to go deep into all of this. All right, so that's just how it's going to be like. So right now we're going to be looking at the async, await with the fetch. Right, we're going to be looking at the real use case. Okay, so this is how professional use fetch APIs today. Okay, we use the we use this try. We are going to write the response, and you don't forget this is the placeholder that we used before to fetch those names from the API. All right, now we're going to this. Don't forget it just returns what? A promise. Okay, so we need the data. Okay, so we create a variable for this, and change it to what? The JSON, something we can read. So the console.log, we'll log this. All right, so we're going to call this catch. This is where the main error is being handled, and just passing a parameter called error here, and console.log maybe let's say error fetching data, in case there's an error actually, right? So yeah, so as I said, this is just what this is how professional use fetch API today. It's very clean, readable, easy to debug. So let's check the code. Yeah, so really there's nothing here to do, because there is nothing actually, right? Nothing at all. So we're going to be displaying the fetch data on the page right now. All right, so that's just what we're going to try to do. We'll delete all of this and display the data that we fetched from this placeholder API on the page. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We are going to call out the list from the HTML. We're going to grab it. Oh yeah, I made a mistake. Let's delete this. Equals document. So I'm grabbing the HTML element where I want the list to show. Okay, so this is it. This is the ID here. After this, we call the async function here. Okay, we'll give it the name of load users. That makes a lot of sense. Let's delete this place, these parameters here. So we'll call the try. Yeah, good. So the response. So we use the await and call the fetch, and the string, the placeholder are beautiful. Now the cons for the users, we convert this to a JSON. Right, so it's going to be await response.json. Okay, so after this we're just going to call these users here. All right, so for each of these users we're going to go through these users. So it's going to be in an another list pattern, right? So that's what we're going to do now. So yeah, so this is it. We're trying to create the list item element. Okay, so document.create element, and yeah, so I'm just trying to create the element here, li, which stands for list item, and while text content equal to the user.name, because I need only the name from the API, right? So this is it, and we're going to append the list Alright, so this is the append child, the li, beautiful. So we're now going to handle the error itself now using the catch. Okay, so the catch here with so we're just going to write this inside the error. You can call it anything, right? It doesn't matter. So console.log the error that it shows. Then after this, we're just going to call the load users. All right, so we're going to check the browser now to be sure it has actually fetched the list. So beautiful, you can see all of them here is being fetched already on the page, showing right on the page. This is so beautiful. So in this video, we learned what async means, what await does, how promises works, how async and await simplify code, how to handle errors, how to use async or await with the fetch API. All right, so this is one of the most important JavaScript topic you must understand before moving to frameworks like React. All right, so if this video helped you, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.